Well, they have to the extent that we're speaking here, and they succeeded. Those who died are not going to come back, and those who did the attack or they are suicide bombers, they died. So they have succeeded in their mission of striking fear into the minds of, because what terrorism thrives at best in doing is to make people out there believe that your government is not capable of protecting you. And to the extent that these attacks are happening on a consistent, over widening scale and spaces, that message is sinking.
Well, we understand that about 25 of them who were released were recaptured. So isn't that some sort of difference from what was before now?
Yeah, it is indeed a difference and a welcome development. If what I said earlier, we should not be too hard on the government. But what the question one will ask is that when those people were arrested and kept there, we did not have the information that we have these numbers in that. And what happens after now? Are they going to be brought to trial or be kept there and waiting for another attack to free them? So these are the things people are puzzling through. What are we, I mean, this whole issue of, yes, police succeeds in arrest, but that is the first step in the criminal justice process. Over the years, this is next year will be 10 years that this group started. We are not aware of any suspect that have been successfully prosecuted and imprisoned, except the one that confessed, whose confession now is now being contradicted by the senator. He said led or sponsored them we're talking about Ali in Dume. So yeah, we have not had any successful case of prosecution and punishment of any of those who were involved in
before
this.
The prosecution.
That's a comment.
Before the prosecution, you were saying that before now we didn't know they had that number there.
Yes.
Now, according to the law, every man is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Publicizing the fact that these people were there, wouldn't that be presuming them guilty already?
No, you give the statistics. You don't have to
just the
parade
statistics.
Them on, we've arrested 100. They are going through interrogation. This is our plan for prosecuting them. They will appear in court. People need that kind of thing.
But
not
I thought
just arrest as a decoy, which is perhaps what people are feeling.
One would think that in your field you do not reveal the number, those that we've arrested, while investigations are going on. Should that be made public?
Not reveal the number. I have never seen any case where law enforcement agencies anywhere in the world do not give information about what they are doing. What we are against is parading them on television, which will put faces to whom they suspect. But giving us, these are 5 of them are men, they are within this age category, those are the kind of information public needs to make them believe and have confidence that they have a government watching their back.
Well, anyway, I was quite excited knowing that you're coming on the program today, because you're a criminologist, and we've been trying to put some meaning or put some strings together in some of the security situation in the country. Just yesterday in the evening, there was this report about robbers taking over Auchi in the northern part of Edo State, attacking 3 banks, staying for almost 3-4 hours. Now we're trying to see if there's a nexus between what we've seen in Kogi State, that is a boundary town with Auchi. I remember we also had a bomb-making factory in Kogi State, and if they came with dynamites to blow up some of the bank safe, and they got away with it. So we're trying to put some kind of nexus and see if we can make some meaning in all of this.
There is indeed a nexus, even if theoretically, that when groups are able to strike at the heart of the state and get away with it, the message out there is that the state has lost that famed, if you believe in the monopoly, state's control over the monopoly of violence, the long arm of the law. Perhaps what is being, people are realizing that there's even no arm, not to talk of the long arm of the law, to catch up with you. And in that kind of environment, everybody who has a grievance, everybody who can strike at something, does that in the belief and in the confidence that they will do that and get away with it, which is also linked to this whole issue about impunity. When people do things and know they can do it and get away with it, those who are watching on the sidelines, believe that they can take a part. There's also what you call copycat crime. You see it in serial killing. A particular criminal will commit a series of crime and get away with it, and people who are watching try to reignite that. So I wouldn't, say that that is not really what we are seeing here.
Is it also possible that sometimes maybe the bad guys, as the security operatives are closing in on them, they try to buy time by saying, well, we're ready to talk, so just to get more money and perhaps hit some banks, get money and get ammunition and regroup and start the onslaughts again?
Well, it's open to speculation, but what one is even saying is that that messaging that we are ready to dialogue is not consistent. It's not consistent depending on who you speak to. So that gives you the impression there's a division in government between those who want to dialogue and those who want to seek a military solution. And we, the public out there, what we are receiving is discordant tones.
But while you go about this research, you interface with them on a regular basis. Has it ever popped up that perhaps, for instance, one of the things that may be strengthening this Boko Haram fight against the security operatives could actually be intra-security network of the security agencies themselves? Are they adequately, or what kind of challenge do you think they face in policing the police or monitoring themselves to see, who leaks information from here? Because you say, if we didn't know that they held these people there, and these guys knew, it's information.
Yeah, actually, that it began with the president himself, who alleged that the government is infiltrated, the three arms of government infiltrated by Boko Haram. What is coming out lately is perhaps also a feeling that the security agencies themselves are infiltrated, because if you look at the kind of target they struck successfully, and you begin to wonder the kind of planning and intelligence that would have aided that kind of attack, and you ask yourself, would it be something that could be successfully carried out from the outside without insider information? You begin to perhaps reach some conclusion that there may be elements within the services that are aiding this. And it's also not something new. In a deeply divided society such as ours, sympathies go on both sides. And perhaps in the 90s, that was actually what saved some of us who are in the pro-democracy movement. The security agencies will sit down and plan an attack on how to go and get some of us. And before that attack is carried out, we get information that they are coming on this time and all that you better be careful. That's what saved a lot of activists from being arrested. So one will not be surprised if that is also at play here. Because within the services, you have people from all parts of the country, from all shades of opinion, who believe one thing or the other about, the mission of these groups, and who may give them information. But that again is in the realm of speculation, because we have not, the agencies have not arrested and paraded any of their members on the allegation that they were the ones passing information.